Hello, hello, everybody. Good morning. What is up, party people? Happy Tuesday. Good morning, Paul, Shraddha, Chris. Good morning, Jonathan. We find ourselves exactly where we left off yesterday, right around this key level, the low day from Friday. Normally would be looking for a short with this downtrend here. However, because we're at that key level, I'm going to hold off. And over on NQ, I was going to say this looks played out, but not really. It hasn't made a new low yet, but same kind of scenario. Downtrend, break. Typically would expect a new low, but here we are right on this key level. Good morning, Jonathan. We had the battle of the Jonathans this morning. You guys are going to have to fight to the death. Morning, Archer. Morning, Hevaz. So today, guys, unfortunately, is going to be another newsless day with no scheduled econ releases, no real potential catalysts. And we saw the result of that yesterday. Very tight range. Market didn't want to go anywhere. There still were some opportunities. So yeah, I mean, we could still find some opportunities, but would be better with some more movement, that's for sure. Got a couple minutes till the open here. I need a fan moving in the background so Archer knows I'm alive. Got to stay still like Panther and wait to strike. We're down to a minute until the market opens. I don't really expect this open to do much. Not likely to move a whole lot. All right, market is open in 3, 2, 1. Good morning, Tom. Looks like ES wants to bounce a little bit. NQ reaching towards that new low, which would play out the downtrend, and again is a key level for us. Good morning, Squid. NQ's taking a stab at it. So is ES right just now, breaking below Friday's low. So on NQ, that does complete the downtrend. So here we would expect a bounce now that we have two legs of this downtrend. See how close we are to that measured move too. Yeah, we're like right on the measured move. So this is where we would expect to bounce. ES has not completed this downtrend yet. We had this move down, break, still haven't reached a new low. Very likely that we'll go do that, even if we do end up bouncing afterwards. ES so far being pretty resilient, kind of resistant to dropping down. Meanwhile, NQ very weak, leading the charge downwards. See if it has enough pressure to drag the S&P down with it. Man, NQ, look at this thing just tanking. While ES treads water. A lot of relative strength on the S&P right now. Still expecting a new low on the S&P before it does bounce. NQ dropped to a new low. S&P still just congesting sideways here. Pick a direction, market. Let's go. And do you think it would be better if we went to the downside? We have more of a chance of actual movement to the downside because we've been in such a tight, compressed range on a daily level. If we go higher, it's not very likely going to be good fluid movement. It'll be kind of compressed, like chop higher, which is not ideal for trading. There's a bounce on NQ. Allowing ES to start moving higher too. So S&P may just settle into a range here. We're again testing Friday's low. This is the line in the sand for us. If this turns into resistance and we head back down, that'll be a good sign for bears. We may even get a bearish trend day. Gotta hold though. If the downtrend had already played out on the S&P, this would be a good double higher low right here. But because we don't have a new low yet, our bias has to still be leaning to the short side that we would get that new low. If we had already gotten it, then we could look for the reversal, and this double higher low would be beautiful. But nevertheless, we do have a little uptrend forming. We're going to wait to see how that continues, especially if it gets above Friday's low. It'll start to be significant. All right, there's the move above Friday's high. So as long as this holds, we'll remain bullish. And yeah, we'll wait to see if we can get a long trade on this pullback. So looking for that second entry. How we doing out there, guys? Everyone solid this morning? Rested up, ready to go? Over on NQ, we have not gotten back above that key level. Oh, actually, gonna move this to yesterday's low. So we're just now getting above. Good morning, Bill. Still waiting for the pullback on either indice. Kind of looks like an overshoot on the S&P. That's not great for us. We'll see if this acts like an overshoot. NQ kind of looks like it is rejecting that level. ES may be going for a second test. And this is exactly what an overshoot looks like, guys. Everything was fitting nice inside the channel. All of a sudden you get this spike up at the end. You gotta be aware and ready for a reversal. Starting to get it here, and we're coming back to that key level. We'll see if it can hold. NQ already rejected its key level, looking very bearish. First signs of a bearish trend day, and we got a couple other unbroken lows right below us. Just marking out any other unbroken lows here on NQ. We've got several, that's for sure. All right. Perhaps a larger downtrend is in play here. Looks like it fits pretty well. I'm going to be trading that on the NAS. So just waiting for those pullbacks, and we'll look to sell. ES has not really had that move yet. Looks more like a range. Jesse, welcome. Just dropping in hot with a Canadian fact of the day. I love it. 1959, Canada built the world's first UFO landing pad. There you go. The more you know, folks. Come on, S&P. Join your Nasdaq brethren in a downtrend. Let's go. Enough of this range crap. We've all had it. We do not want more of that. We don't need more of that in our lives. Let's freaking go. NQ's still looking great though, guys. I think this might be where our opportunities lie. Would love to see prices get down towards the bottom of the channel, then give us a nice pullback. I'd be looking for the second entry short there. Watching this pullback closely. I guess I could still consider a short too on ES because we do, although it's not a nice big beautiful downtrend, we do have one in play right here. Already had one pullback, one attempt lower. This is our second pullback. So if we can get, this turns into a bearish bar, I could take a short on ES as well. Watching this closely. Let's go, baby. Turn into a bearish bar. Come on now. Nope. Closed higher than it opened. No, don't tell me, Tom. Don't tell me the sellers are going away. We need the sellers. Yeah, as we talked about earlier, though, guys, there really is no reason to sell today, besides maybe profit taking or something. We don't have any econ news. The market is waiting for Jackson Hole on Friday. There are FOMC minutes coming out tomorrow, but they are not going to reflect the latest PPI data. So it's, yeah, I doubt there's going to be anything there of interest. So the market really doesn't have a reason to sell off until Friday. And that's only if there is indication that we may not be getting the rate cut in September. Otherwise, it'll be business as usual. So ES continues in this range. Not looking to sell that anymore. NQ got a pretty decent pop here. Got to respect this uptrend that's in play on NQ. Want to see it play out. So I want to see this thing break, get one push up, and then if we push down again, that's when we'll be looking for that short. All right, NQ nearly played out on this uptrend. Then we'll look for the move back down. S&P, if we could get to the top of this range, that might present a good short. It'd be most helpful if we could get this uptrend played out, though. All right, S&P pulling back. And Nasdaq, did it make that new high? Yeah, pretty close. So we can still consider a short on NQ if we get a push down. Be watching for perhaps a lower high here. Which would be the aggressive trade. A double lower high would present higher probabilities for success. There's one lower high. I will wait for that double. If ES was also in a big downtrend, I might just take this first lower high, but since we have that divergence between the markets, I'm going to wait for the highest probability I can. Didn't even close well. If this bar turns around bearish, though, I'll take it. Okay, here we go. See if we can close right around here. Yeah, we'll risk that one. Oof, ES popping up. Might have to cancel this here. If this high goes higher than the previous bar, we'll also cancel it. ES popping again. Okay, that was an inside bar, so we'll have to cancel that order. ES really wants to go up here. New high of day on SPY. Very close to that measured move there. So if we do get a downtrend, it would likely be around that area. Wow, sellers getting punished. Anyone who jumped in on that, not looking good. Bowman is speaking. Aha. I would explain it. ES is right at the high from yesterday. See if it can break through and hold. With how strong that move up was, I think we're going to have to probably look at a wider trend, which unfortunately looks like it had an overshoot. We'll see what this potential overshoot does here, guys. We're right at yesterday's high on ES. And Nasdaq has now pulled back to that breakout area, yesterday's low. ES so far. Not really reacting to this overshoot. We still have time though. Nothing to really take here until we confirm one way or the other. If this rejects, we can start looking for a short on the way down. If this goes above, then we'll have to find a wider channel, and we might be able to take a long on a break and retest of that area. Because of the downtrend on NQ, I'd pretty much only consider shorts here. So we need this to reject, and then we can look for a short towards a new low of day. Price is just completely stalling right here. Interesting action on this. You don't see this often. Just goes right up to a key level and then brakes are on. It's not doing anything. Very interesting. We can start moving down here and get a double lower high. I would take that on ES. I've got my news feed on too. Bauman speaking. Market might actually be waiting for that. Okay, a little turn down here on NQ. Be looking for the double lower high there, as well as ES. This still could pop above that key level though. Cool, thank you, Michael. Bauman done speaking. Which is not great because that's kind of our only hope for a catalyst right now. No other news is going down. Speaking again at 210. Okay, well. Something to be aware of. I don't know that it's going to move the markets, but all right, I like this rejection at that key level on NQ. We'll definitely be looking for a short here. Does look like a little second entry long is forming, but definitely not going to take it after we had this overshoot and rejection so far of this key level. Maybe if we get a higher low confirmation, so this popped up above the EMA, if we can get one more higher low, might consider that. This would be the first lower high on NQ, had a green close. If this thing can push down and give us another lower high right here, I will take it. Not really rejecting here at the EMA. Really wish I could take this lower high, but gonna have to wait for the second one. Very tempting though. Not gonna lie to you guys, very tempting here. ES still chopping around and staying above the 21 for right now. So it remains strong today. We'll need to get above that key level though to actually start to get bullish. There's one lower high on NQ. Just a little too aggressive for me here with uncertainty between the two indices. If we can hit a pullback and get that second entry before we hit a new low, though, it'd be a good setup. S&P really having a battle around the EMA here. Buyers are not going away. In Q, it's looking like this downtrend is going to be played out soon. There's our first leg break. There's the new low. And on ES, this would also be kind of the second leg of this move down. But on a larger picture, we tried to get above yesterday's high. So far rejecting on ES. So this looks most like a range chop in between these two levels. On the NQ, we have more of a downtrend. Break out of this key level, pull back and retest. We'd expect a new low. It's just kind of a bummer that we're expecting two different things on between Nasdaq and ES. It's not a good sign for us. That doesn't help us out. But yeah, I'd probably stick to shorts on the Nasdaq if I'm gonna pick between the two symbols today. Nasdaq's a little bit more straightforward. Bias is a little bit more clear. But we're gonna have to. We expect to bounce now that this little mini downtrend played out. We expect to bounce. So we need that bounce to play out and then another push down and we can consider shorting. So gonna have to be patient there, and also we'll have to see what happens on ES. If this starts to make a new high above that key level, shorts are sunk. So we'll be watching for those different possibilities. Got to be patient in this market. And again, with no real catalyst on the horizon for today, keep it light and probably stick to quick scalps rather than trying to play big moves. So hope it's a great day for you. We'll be hunting some setups in the Discord. So looking forward to seeing you guys there. Trade safe. See you soon. Peace.